A good valuation exercise consists of several important parts: industry analysis, company analysis, product positioning analysis, gathering of financial information, building hypotheses and scenarios, financial modeling. Let's say a few words about each of these components of the valuation exercise. Industry analysis. To gain a solid picture about a business, we need to understand well the mechanics of its industry. We have to trace which are the industry players and what is their value proposition. It is also important to acquire an idea of what is expected to come next in the given industry. Is it mature? Is it a growth industry? Is it a cyclical business? All of these are important topics. Very often, the 5 forces model of Michael Porter is used in order to describe a given industry. According to Porter's model, the intensity of competition in an industry is determined by 5 forces: threat of new entry, pressure from substitute products, bargaining power of buyers, bargaining power of suppliers, and the degree of rivalry among existing competitors. Company analysis. Given that we will be valuing the future cash flows of a company, we need to understand it well. Which are the prospects ahead of its business? Is the company's competitive formula a valid one? Are there sustainable competitive advantages on which the company can rely on? Very often, in order to answer these questions, practitioners use SWOT analysis, which stands for strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, and threats. Product positioning. According to strategy guru Michael Porter, there are 3 types of positioning a company can choose for its products: cost leadership, differentiation, and niche products. Significant value is added to the analysis if the strategic positioning of a company's products is analyzed. For example, it is questionable to make hypotheses of increasing margins if the company is oriented towards cost leadership. Gathering financial information and preliminary analysis. We have to collect the company's financial reports and analyze them. We need to be certain that the data between various years is consistent. Examples of events which can pollute the quality of data are significant write-offs, extraordinary business, M&A activity, and others. In this part of the exercise, we have to try to understand whether there are non-operational items and exclude them from our valuation, because they are valued separately. Usually, it is very difficult to carry out this task without a proper due diligence with access to the company's management. Once financial statements are clean and ready to use, we need to calculate historical ratios for P&L and balance sheet items. Sometimes, history is a good proxy for the future. Building hypotheses and scenarios. After all of these analyses have been carried out, we can go ahead and start building some hypotheses about the future business of the company. The most important element of the whole prediction is the view for the top line of the business. Revenue development is key and very often used as a driver for the rest of the items within the model. Based on historical data, product positioning, and market research, analysts can build an idea of future revenues. Quite often, the top-down and bottom-up approaches are used. The difference between them is that the first estimates what portion of the total market will be taken by the company, while the second starts from low, estimating how many pieces will the company sell at a given price, multiplying that by the number of potential customers, and thus arriving to revenue. Depending on how sophisticated is the model, there could be some scenarios in it. Scenarios could approximate the outcome of different events. For example, Scenario 1, successful internationalization of the firm. Scenario 2, unsuccessful internationalization of the firm, etc. Hypotheses need to be made regarding many items, such as cost of capital, working capital needs, property, plant, and equipment investments, etc. Financial modeling. Financial modeling is all about providing a correct mathematical output of the work which has been done previously. A financial model has to be flexible, clear, precise, and easy to understand by external users. Usually, a valuation model also includes sensitivity analysis, which helps decision makers to gain a better understanding regarding the influence of different parameters. A quality financial model allows its users to work with different scenarios. This is precisely what we will do in this exercise here. We will start directly from the financial models of a company and assume they are clean and ready to use. We will not do any strategic analyses, as our goal is to become familiar with the modeling mechanics of the DCF exercise. We will develop a user-friendly valuation model which contains multiple scenarios. In the next videos from this section of the course, you will understand well how to build valuation models and see the practical application of some of the Excel formulas that we saw earlier in the course.